We are here in Brampton. Welcome back, another day, another episode from Konki Media. If you haven't subscribed, kindly do subscribe, like, and share this video with people within your network so the community continues to grow. So today I'll be showing you around Brampton and having a short discussion around college application, how to apply for your undergraduate studies to study in the US. So I'll start with the US today, and just comment down there if you need me to focus on a different country, maybe Canada, maybe the UK. I'm happy to speak about that. If there is a specific scholarship, say a Chevening, Commonwealth, MasterCard Foundation, any kind of scholarship, please comment down there, and I'll go through the application processes. And if possible, I can host people who have applied for these scholarships and have been successful. I know some who've been successful in so many scholarships in different continents, different countries. So if you'd like me to bring them on this channel, kindly comment below. So I'll go behind the camera and show you around as we have this discussion. So this is Brampton. They call it the Flower City. I'm not sure why they call it the Flower City. Maybe someone in the comment section can tell us why this city in Canada is called the Flower City. Yes. So this is where I guess the mayor of Brampton resides. This is his office. Yes, and yes, we have lots of snow. We still have the Christmas lights here. So Brampton is still in celebration mode, eh? Yes. So let's walk around. Yes, in the meantime, as I fix things on my end, kindly subscribe to the channel. Check previous videos we've shared. I've shared about my experience applying for my visa to Canada, my study visa. So please check it out if you are intending to apply for that visa. Yes, so this is Brampton. So today I might not share too much detail, but I hope the info that I will be able to share will be helpful to you. So I'll share about 7 to 8 simple steps that you can follow as a guide to apply to universities in the US. And this is more specific to those applying for undergraduate studies, not for graduate studies. We can have another discussion around graduate studies, those who want to do their masters in the US. So if you intend to do your masters in the US, please let me know, and we'll do a video on the same. I know a couple of friends who have applied and some currently applying. So we can have a great discussion around the same. So once you complete your secondary school examinations, in Kenya they call the examination, I think before the current system it was KCSE, but with the current CBC system, once you do your final exam and you are considering applying for a school in the US, so during that time, that's around November, you are advised to firstly, you need to have the interest. You need to have the interest to apply for these universities. And for the KCSE examination, you need an A or an A minus. Sometimes a B plus would work. And if you're applying from a different country, an equivalent of the same. Like your grades have to be a minimum of a B plus. Yes, and once you do this, you'll need to create a common app profile, common application profile. So most of the universities in the US use a common application system, and yeah, you can search commonapp.org and learn more about what Common App is. So there are a number of institutions who are not on Common App. I know a school like MIT is not on the app, on the Common App. So it has a different system of application. So if you intend to apply to MIT, I'm not sure if Stanford is there, but I know a couple of those private universities that are not on the Common App. So if you intend to apply to those, please check their websites on their unique application process. Yes, and once you create your profile will be there for, I think, 1 year. So you have 1 year, to work on your application, work on your essays. Yes. So once you do that, the next thing is now to, start getting your documentations that you need for your application. And some of these documents are like your results slip, if you did a national examination like in Kenya, where you do the KCSE examination, or if you do CBC, your score. You need 2 teacher recommendations. The recommendations can be somebody in your community as well. It doesn't have to be necessarily, your high school teacher. So the way this is done is, once you create your Common App profile and you have your recommenders, they can as well create profiles on their end and write your recommendations. So they don't have to, write the letters, give them to you, and that keeps the process a bit, I'd say, there's more honesty. There's no honesty because you don't know what your recommender writes. But it's always good, to have a sit down with the person writing your recommendation, so you can write the recommendation letters accordingly. So there's a way these recommendation letters are written, and I think there's lots of content around the same. Like the phrase we use is don't tell, show. Like, don't tell us that Nyerere is a good student. Just show us how Nyerere is a good student. Give an example, give a story. And once you do that, I recall in my application, I wrote something about, my recommender wrote something about my leadership skill. And instead of saying Nyerere is a great leader, he wrote about an incident where I was playing for the school team, and there's a situation, I don't recall the exact statements, but there's a situation that required someone to step in and showcase leadership, and I did. So that way, he wasn't telling, he was showing that Nyerere is a great leader, right? So you need that. And if you need me to, do a deep dive on how to write the recommendation letters, please let me know in the comment section, and I can have a session around the same. If you want us to have a one-on-one discussion around, writing the recommendation letters, I'm happy to do so as well. Sometimes it's good to have more than 2, it's not a must. If you have more than 2, it can be somebody from your community, a community leader, a church leader, a mosque leader if you are Muslim, and that can make your application more strong because you have more people, showcasing your leadership skills. Yes, so besides that, you need a school report. That's like a transcript of your studies, and that shows your grades from maybe grade 9 to grade 12. For I think most schools have grade 9 to 12 as high school. So a whole transcript, and it's recommended, to have good scores. Not that, you are scoring a C, a D, and at the national exam, boom, A. So yes. Besides that, you need to fill a fee waiver form. It's on the CommonApp website. You can download it, and I have a supporting letter on the same. So that's all on the Common application. On the CommonApp as well, you'll find an early decision agreement. So for these applications, you can always do early decision, early action, or regular action, I guess. Yes, regular application. So the difference between this is with the early action, with the early action, you apply to one university, and if you make this application, it's always done at around, I think the deadline is 1st of October or early November. And once you do that, you'll get your decision during Christmas, before the new year. And if that happens, you have to go to that institution. In most cases, you have to go to that institution. So that's how early decision or early action works. And for the regular decision, you apply to several universities, and here you have an option to select one of the universities that accepts you. And in terms of funding, how to apply for funding, we'll have I'll do a different video around College Board, how to apply for funding in the different universities. I'll speak about, the standardized exams, the SATs, the acts, and how it works with regards to sending the scores to different universities. But in a nutshell, for most of the exams, the standardized exams, you get a chance to send this to 4 universities. And once you send this to the 4 universities, if you need to send the scores to more than the 4 universities, then you need to pay, I think it's $10 per university. So please take that as a note. But yes, I'll have another discussion around SATs and the acts. Yes, and then if you are still in your 12th grade, Form 4, then you'll need your mid-year and final report, and you'll have instructions on how to fill this. And actually there's a template on the CommonApp website. So CommonApp has a lot of these resources. So once you open the account, then you are able to find all this. So those are some of the necessary documentations that you need from your institution as you prepare for, to submit your college application. And then after that, you need to, and again, this is something you can start as soon as now if you want to study in the US. Write your personal essays and the necessary supplement essays. So actually, Common application, I think for the longest time they still have the 6 to 7 questions. Yeah, I recall the essay that I wrote was where you write your personal story. So the secret to this, be very honest, write the essay yourself, come up with as many ideas as possible, right? Anything that really tells your story. For me, I wrote a story from my primary school, how I had a crush on this lady, and how one incident, because I had a crush on her, I think I was a shy person, and now how one incident made me step up and beat my fears. Yeah, so after writing the idea, we worked on it with my college application advisor and polished it so well. So yes, so that's one thing that you need to look into the essay. It forms a very critical part of your application. And the good thing with the common application, you write the common app essay where you have several prompts. You only need one to write about one, and I can have a discussion. I can do a different video on the different essays, how to approach them, and tell you which ones I'd recommend. I have my two favorites that I'd recommend. Let me know if you need me to share in the comment section. I find that sometimes you can want to showcase your writing skills, but if you don't pick the best essay prompt, then you might end up not doing your best, not giving your best shot. So that's one thing to note. And then you need to start looking at the different supplementary essays. So once you have selected, say, your 3 to 4 universities that you need to apply to, they have their different supplementary essays. I recall during our time, I was so keen on applying to Stanford. You are supposed to write a letter to your future roommate. Yes, and it was a cool prompt, but yes, you need to check on that university that you're interested in applying to and see what their supplementary essays look like and start working on them. So that's a very, very important step, because again, as I said, the essays, they make probably, I'd say, 40 to 50% of your application. So it's something that you need to put so much effort into. And if you need support with your essays, comment below. Maybe we can strike a deal and I can support you with the same. I recall for my essays, I did good. I didn't have to rewrite the essays as much. So yeah, I believe that's an area that I did really well. Yes, and then one other thing that's very important is to study, register, and take the necessary examinations. So depending on your university you are interested in, they have their different requirements for admission. So you need to look at the university and see if they require the SATs, if they require the SCT, the score, and for those requiring SATs, if they require SAT1 and SAT2, or just SAT1 if SAT2 is it's not compulsory. And this will help you make your decision right in picking which exam to do. And also, I forgot to mention, one thing to consider when selecting your university is the location. Some places are a bit cold. Right now I'm freezing. Some places are warm. So that's something that you really need to consider before making your final selection on the universities that you will dive into with your applications. So yes, once I can share some scores. Some of the, like Princeton, it requires SAT 1, SAT 2. If you take ACT, you need to do ACT plus SAT 2. Like Harvard University, you require both SATs and ACT plus SAT 2. Yale University, you need SAT 1, SAT 2, with SCT just SCT, because SCT has the science component. So yeah, you don't need to do SAT 2, which is basically specific to some subject. It's subject specific. So yeah, I'll do a different video on SAT and ACT, because there have been quite a number of changes, especially with SAT. Right now it's more of a digital adaptive test, and yeah, there are quite a number of changes. I can share more, but yeah, for registration deadlines, like SAT, it's 5 weeks prior to the exam, while ACT, it's 3 weeks prior to the exam. They have different ways of registration. For SCT, for sure, it's online. SCT, I think it's out of 36, while with that's SCT out of 36. It has a science component. It's a bit longer, I think about 200 minutes or 3 hours. Yeah, 3 hours. The other one is about 2 hours with the new changes, and it's out of 800 per section. The math section, the critical reading section, and the writing section, 800 each. With the writing one, I'd advise you don't put so much effort. Focus on the math and then focus on the critical reading piece. But yes, if you want me to do a video on those two, I will actually. Yeah, just comment below. I want more comments. And then if your university needs TOEFL, then that's something that you need to think about, the TOEFL exam, which is an English test. It's not compulsory for most schools. And then once you do, okay, let me share about the cost. For SAT, it's about $75. SAT 1, if you do SAT 2, it's $75 as well. ACT, the American College Test, it's $85 USD. And for TOEFL, it's $150 USD. So please make sure you have the money to do those registrations. And then, complete the necessary financial aid application documents with your parent or guardian. And this is all on the college board. Please look for those two websites, CommonApp and College Board. Once you have those two, then yeah, you have quite a lot of information. Yeah, because with SAT you register on College Board. You'll find more reading items on the College Board, while ACT, it's on actstudent.org. Please check those out. But yes, for financial aid application, it's done on College Board. Yes. And then, unless it's a scholarship, like a Chevening, a MasterCard Foundation scholarship, or any of the other scholarships. So if you are applying for those, comment below. I will do a separate video on the same. And then the last item is to submit your online application. And if you need to mail the necessary documentations, please do so by the deadline. And it's always advisable, to submit all this and to communicate on a regular basis with your admission officers at those different institutions, so you don't miss on the deadlines, and that might sabotage, your application. Yeah, I know a couple of people who have had an issue submitting their documents on time, and yeah, once that happens, all the hard work you put in, it's not recognized because the university does not receive your application. So if you follow those 8-9 steps, I know I shared lots of information. It's a bit cold out here. Actually my hands are all frozen. Look at, yeah, I'm frozen. Yeah, So here I am. I'm here to share more information, support you with your application. You know, information is power. If I had this video when I was doing my application, I probably had a simpler application journey. But yes, that's why I'm doing this, to ensure that, you know, I'm supporting, I'm playing my part, you know, sharing the info so young people can apply for these scholarships abroad. They can study abroad, and you know, once you study abroad and you know, they say it's brain drain, I call it brain gain, because of several reasons, on a video that I can do on a separate date to share more about why it's brain gain and not brain drain. Yes. Yes, so that's how you apply for undergraduate in the US universities, especially if you are applying from Kenya, if you're applying from an African country. Yes, that's the process. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Please subscribe to this channel, and yeah, as I shared, we'll try to share as many videos as we can this year. Bye.